Hi, this is Miss Whitemans, and I'm going to show you how to make an Excel spreadsheet using your Puzzle Cube block data that you collected. So I've created this template that you'll start with. You can open this up from MyConnect. It has a place here for you to enter all the data that you collected. So each one of you should have your own individual data set. I'll just show you what it's going to look like when we're all finished. So you'll have your data set entered here. Remember, we're measuring out to 4 decimal places using the dial calipers. And then over here, we'll calculate the summary statistics, and then finally a histogram. So let's get started. You'll open up this template. It will give you space here to enter your data. So rather than you watching me type all that in, let's start here. So you'll just click on the cell, and then you can either type up here, or you can just start typing in the numbers in, and it'll fill with your data. So enter the data for each of your 27 blocks, and then we're going to calculate our summary statistics. So the first one is mean. So you'll type an equal sign. And in Excel, to calculate mean, we use the word average. So that's why nothing was popping up when I started typing in mean. So let's type in average, A-V-E-R, and then we can see this pops up. I'm going to use my mouse and click on that. And now it opens parentheses and it says it's asking for a number. So I'm going to bring my mouse over here and highlight the whole data set, the 27 values. I'm closing parentheses and I'm hitting the enter button. This is the mean value of our data set, 0.7532. And that sounds about right. These are all right around 0.75. Next is median. So again, I'm going to take equals, and then I'm going to start typing out the word median in MED, and it pops right up. I'm going to double click on that. It's looking for numbers. So once again, I'm just bringing my cursor over to the data set, highlighting that whole column, close parentheses, and hit enter. Okay, we'll just do this for each one of them. Mode equal to MODE. Mode, there's a couple different ones to choose from. There's multi, that means if there's multiple modes, or single. And so let's click on mult, just in case there's more than one mode. We want to make sure we get all of those. Close parentheses, enter, and it pops up with this NA. And that is correct. That just means that for this particular data set, there is no mode. So there are no 2 values that are repeated exactly. So if that's the case and there is no mode, you'll see NA. If you do have a mode, it will come up with that number. And then to calculate the maximum value, again, I'm going to say equal to MAX. And I can either double click here, which is what I've been doing, or I can say shift, open parentheses, highlight the whole data set, close parentheses, enter. For minimum value equal to MIN, open parentheses, select the data set, close parentheses. Okay, range. So if I say equal to, and then I start typing range, there's nothing there. So remember, range is just the maximum value minus the minimum value. So we calculate that by putting an equal sign, and then I'm just bringing my mouse up to click on this maximum value. And then I'm going to say minus. And now I'm going to click on the minimum value and enter. And so this is my range for this data set, 0.0332. Next, we're going to calculate standard deviation. Remember, there's 2 kinds of standard deviation. We have population or sample. So I'd like you to calculate both of them. So for population, we'll say equal to STDE, and we'll see a dot P, so this is the population. I'm going to double click on that, select the data set, close parentheses, enter. Same for the sample, equal to STDEB, and there's a dot S. Highlight the data set, close parentheses, enter. And you can see they're very similar, although not identical. For most of what we'll be doing, we'll use the sample data set. So moving forward for all these other calculations, we will use the sample data set. So remember, sigma is just standard deviation. So right here where it's asking for 2 sigma and 3 sigma, all that is equals 2 times, which is the little asterisk above the 8. And then I can click on the cell for standard deviation, enter. Same thing for 3 sigma, equal to 3 times some standard deviation, enter. And now, remember we have that bell-shaped curve, so we want to calculate what is the range that spans 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma. So this is just the mean plus 1 sigma, the mean minus 1 sigma. So here we'll say equal to, again I can just click on the cell, mean, plus sigma, enter, equal to mean minus sigma, enter. So this is my mean plus and minus 1 sigma. So I will let you go ahead and do that on your own for 2 sigma and 3 sigma.